How's it going, guys? Today I'm here with Kevin. Kevin's here from Shimano to tell us why XTR is so amazing. If you have been living under a rock for the last 12 months, they announced a new 12-speed XTR earlier this year, and parts just became available in the last few months, and bikes have been shipping now for also a few months. So let's get into it, Kevin. Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Pancho.
Appreciate it. So the new drivetrain, it's 11 to 12. What's all new?
The whole thing is all redesigned.
The whole thing?
Whole thing.
Sweet.
System optimized. Brand new, starting from the cranks and moving all the way back down through chain, cassette, new brakes.
Awesome, Kevin. So tell us, what's the big change with new 12-speed?
Biggest thing we have right now is that from 7 to 11 speed, we never actually changed the way the shifting dynamic worked. It was all hyperglide. And now with 12 speed, it's the first time since 7 speed that we've actually changed, and it's now called Hyperglide Plus.
Wait. So when did 7 speed come out?
You're stumping me.
Yeah, no, I don't even know that we were born yet when 7 speed came out, but it's been a long time. So big deal that now at 12 speed, it's Hyperglide Plus. And so why is Hyperglide Plus the best?
Hyperglide Plus, what it really means is that your chain never actually lifts from your cassette and leaves it altogether. So it's built to be under load, and you can shift under load. All those times when you used to have to lighten up on the pedals and watch your shifts, now you can just forget all about that and just start smashing on that shifter as soon as you want.
So you almost don't even know how to ride a bike to ride XTR, is that what I hear?
Yeah, you can just jump right on.
That sounds pretty awesome. So shifting under load, don't have to worry about where you are in the pedal stroke. You just hit the lever and it goes.
It does.
Sweet. So besides Hyperglide Plus, what else is new?
So we have a new crank for this year, new direct mount. It's built to work with our chain, so it's easy to swap out chain ring sizes from 30 up to 36. Our chain, what's new about it is that the pins are now overlapping farther, causing the chain to be able to be loaded a lot more when you're riding. Stronger chain, quieter too. It tends to kind of clean itself up a little bit, so in those dusty conditions you get that really squeaky, loud chain. Now, lube it up once a ride, and it's pretty quiet the whole time.
How often do you have to lube the chain?
I would suggest every ride still.
Every single time still?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, hear that? Make sure you lube your chain, and that was 30 through 36 chain ring sizes?
Yes, it is.
So the easy climbing gear all the way to your pro level, I got big legs and can climb anything, chain ring size. And then the crank arm sizes too. It's starting at 170?
170 up to 175.
Okay, so 170, 172.5, and 175. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So most sizes to fit basically everyone out there. So the most common comment we get about the XTR group is that the shifting is amazing, and that all starts with the shifter.
Yeah, our shifter this year, a few changes on it. One being that there is now grip on the shifter itself. Little indents and rubber padding there, so you can really grip it and rip it. Also, it is built around our cable and our housing, so if you are running our shifter, be sure to be running that Shimano cable.
Sounds like the resounding story here is that everything is built to work together, Kevin, is that right?
Exactly.
So an XTR derailleur, for as long as I can remember being into bikes, has been that one thing that you look at a bike and say, man, that must be a real nice bike if you got XTR on there.
Yeah, it always stands out as kind of top of the line. You see an XTR on a bike, it's the #1 thing.
So what changed for this new 12-speed XTR derailleur, Kev?
So now with our new derailleur, there is a little more specifics to it. The B tension has to be lined up correctly, and if you look on the back of the derailleur, there is markings for it. So whether you're running a 45 as your biggest gear in the back or a 51, it'll be marked. And you just got to roll that guy right into place. And you'll notice that if you have that lined up with the correct chain length, the shifting is pretty hard to beat.
I'd say perfect.
Exactly, it is perfect.
So Kevin, I noticed the new XTR pedals look a bit different this year. What's new?
Yeah, our new pedal is totally redesigned. The contact with your foot is actually bigger than before. So where your foot is actually touching the pedal on the shoe, more contact support there, and it's going to give you more power output. So per stroke, more power. And also, it's your touch point, it's where you're touching the bicycle. You want that to feel secure and make the bike feel more maneuverable.
I know pedals are a pretty big personal preference for most people, but I mean, XT and XTR pedals have been a pretty big staple in the shop, and I think almost everyone runs those in our shop at least.
Yeah, and that new XTR is the perfect kind of mix between a platform and a trail pedal. So it's got more support on there. If you do unclip, you have some room to put your foot on, but when you're clipped in, you're really going to notice that more power output being that there's more contact point.
Yeah, it's not quite as big as the Saint pedal, not quite as big as the old race pedal, but it's got a good support platform there. So what's new with the brakes?
Yeah, so our brakes are all new this year as well. Starting up at the lever, we've moved over the pinch point on where you clamp the brake lever on, and also put a support beam between the lever and the bar. What that means is you're going to get a stiffer lever and have no flex. So when you grab that lever and squeeze it, your cam will stay nice and stiff, delivering more power back to the caliper, where we have our newly redesigned fin pads in there, and also the older Saint non-fin pads will work just as well if you want to go with that option.
Looks like the rotor is pretty new this year too. What else is going on there?
Yeah, the new rotor is super exciting. We have a new black paint on there. You may have noticed it in our Dura-Ace rotors when those hit the market. That black paint is actually from the auto industry, and it helps take away heat and reduce it through the system, which heat is the #1 killer in a brake system. So it's not just for looks.
Just the paint is taking away heat from the rotor.
Yeah.
That sounds like magic. Is that like...
It's black magic with that black paint.
Sounds good to me. Black magic paint, I like it. So gravel's been a pretty fast-growing part of the industry, and Shimano's definitely taking notice with their new GRX group. Everything is new, from the shifters down to the wheels. Kevin, what's the big deal about GRX?
So GRX is new. Incoming with this whole gravel boom that's going on right now, it looks like it's here to stay, and it's not just a phase. So we wanted to come out and make a group set specifically for that type of riding and that experience. The big new thing we have is our hoods up top. Our brake lever has moved with an 18 millimeters higher pivot point on it, giving it more of that mountain bike style of feel, less throw to it, and a lot more solid hit at the end. Also, the hoods are going to be a lot taller now, so when you are on those gravelly, rough descents, when you grab on, you'll be more locked in and just have better control of that bike overall.
With so much commonality between mountain biking and gravel riding, it's really nice to see Shimano pay close attention and make those adjustments to the new hoods, instead of traditionally designing them like the old road hoods that we've seen on Dura-Ace and Ultegra. What else, is there any commonality between the road and gravel hoods at all, or is it totally different?
Yes, if you are running right now a current road setup and would like to go with the gravel style of hood, you could actually just upgrade your shifters and get that performance out of them. So
if you just want to change ergos, you don't have to do anything else besides changing the hoods?
Yeah, the cable pull is the same if you're running mechanical. There's a 10-speed version and an 11-speed version. So yeah, it just has the same pull as any road system. So
That's
if you
awesome.
want to upgrade, it's right there and available.
I love the cross compatibility of all these Shimano groups. It makes it really easy to change stuff up and make the bike really yours and personalize it to how you like to ride and how you like to be positioned on the bike. So all new GRX, it's its own wheel set. Behind us on the bike is a 650. Is there also a 700 for those that want the bigger size?
Yeah, if you want to go bigger, you can get a 700 as well. And the inner width on that is 21.6 millimeters.
Sweet. And what size tire does that accommodate?
Your frame's going to be the main factor.
So any?
Yeah, as far as you want to go until it rubs. But the cool thing is with our new front cranks and front derailleur, the front derailleur is moved over 2.5 millimeters wider, so you can fit a wider tire in there. And the cranks are moved over as well.
So it's not just a 1x, you can also have a 2x in the front?
Yeah, you can go 1 or 2x setup.
I noticed the bike is also an 11-speed, not a 12-speed. What ratios does the cassette come with?
The cassette you can fit up to a 42 if you're running a 1x system. If you're going with a 2x system, you're going to need to keep it down to a 36.
And what size tuning's in the front for that 2x?
For the 2x, you can go with a 3148, and it's 17-tooth jump. It's actually the biggest jump we've ever had in front derailleur.
Nice. Sounds like lots of options for those of you who either want 2x or want the option to switch back between 2x and 1x. So keeping with the rear cassette, what's new with that rear derailleur?
Yeah, the rear derailleur now has this new clutch, so it's a little bit of a stronger clutch on there.
Stronger than like the Ultegra and XT, or?
Yeah, it's going to be able to, hold back a little bit more. It's built for that rough terrain.
Sweet.
Also, there'll be a Di2 option as well, and on that it'll be reading as a road bike. So when you're going into your E2 project and you're trying to decide, which bike to click on to select, if it's GRX, it's a road bike. So if you're running like Ultegra rear derailleur, or GRX rear derailleur, it's both the same, and they both can mix and match with each other.
Awesome. Is that out now? Is Di2 available?
Yeah,
today?
Di2 is available out right now.
Sweet. So if you guys are looking for that electronic shift, super perfect shifting gravel bike, that's the only option. I think Di2 is a huge upgrade for gravel bikes.
You can't go back once you switch.
No, I mean, if you haven't tried it, like, it's just one of those things that once you get there, like having a smartphone, you can't go back to having a flip phone.
No, yeah, you don't want to get a Razor again.
What else is new with GRX?
Yeah, other things new with GRX is just more integration with that front derailleur being wider out and the cranks being wider out. Just overall, we're looking for more clearance, getting more tire options in there, so you're not limited to your front derailleur causing you to run a smaller tire, and then you're going out and you're flat and having a rougher road. So yeah, just getting more bigger tires on there, getting it ready to go out into that gravel actually, and not just a bike that's pieced together that will work, something that's dedicated for that gravel rider.
Awesome, sounds like Shimano really thought of everything with this GRX group.
Yeah, they've been looking into it for quite some time now, so been working on it for years.
Well, sweet, well, thanks for coming out, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Pancho.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.